What if I told you some of the most powerful recipes in American history were never written down, only remembered? What if the dishes we now call soul food weren't just meals, but survival, identity, and resistance on a plate? The truth is, many rare soul food recipes from the 1800s weren't created in luxury kitchens. They were born in hardship, passed down in memory, and preserved through generations. These weren't just recipes, they were stories, traditions, and pieces of culture that refused to disappear, even in the hardest conditions. Today, we're uncovering rare soul food recipes from the 1800s. Dishes most people have never heard of, and once you do, you'll never see soul food the same way again. When people think of soul food today, they picture fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, cornbread, and sweet potato pie. It's comforting, rich, and deeply loved across generations. But what many don't realize is that soul food has roots going back centuries, especially in the lives of enslaved Africans in the American South. These weren't just recipes, they were acts of creativity and survival. Every dish had a purpose, and nothing was wasted, because wasting food simply wasn't an option. One of the most important ingredients in early soul food cooking was necessity. Enslaved people were often given the least desirable cuts of meat and limited ingredients. But instead of seeing limits, they created possibilities through skill and experience. One example is chitterlings, or chitlins, made from pig intestines. In the 1800s, this wasn't a delicacy, it was what was left over. But through careful cleaning, slow cooking, and seasoning, it became a meaningful dish that is still eaten today, carrying both flavor and history. Another powerful example is collard greens. Enslaved cooks would simmer greens slowly with smoked meat, often using leftover bones or scraps, creating a rich, flavorful broth. This broth, called pot liquor, wasn't wasted. It was soaked up with cornbread or used for nutrients, showing how every part of a meal mattered and nothing went unused. Cornbread itself has a long history. Corn was one of the most accessible ingredients in the South, making it a daily staple. Early versions were simple: cornmeal, water, and sometimes fat, cooked over open flames or in cast iron. It was basic, but filling, reliable, and essential for getting through long, demanding days. Then there's ash cake, a lesser-known dish made from cornmeal and water, sometimes wrapped in leaves and cooked in hot ashes. It required no tools, just fire and patience, making it incredibly practical in harsh conditions where resources were limited. Another rare dish was okra stew. Okra, brought by enslaved Africans, became a key ingredient in Southern cooking. It was cooked with whatever was available, creating a thick and filling meal. More than just food, it was a connection to African roots and traditions that survived across generations. Rice-based dishes also played a major role, especially in the Carolinas. Enslaved Africans brought rice-growing knowledge from West Africa, shaping both agriculture and cuisine. Simple one-pot rice dishes with vegetables and small amounts of meat or fish were common, efficient, and deeply connected to African cooking traditions. Another forgotten recipe is hoe cakes. Similar to cornbread but thinner, they were made from cornmeal and cooked on flat surfaces, sometimes even on a hoe over fire. They were quick, portable, and practical, perfect for long days of labor. Sweet dishes also existed. Molasses-based desserts were common, along with simple treats made from cornmeal or sweet potatoes. Sweet potato pudding, for example, later evolved into sweet potato pie. These simple sweets provided small moments of comfort in otherwise difficult lives. What makes these recipes powerful isn't just the ingredients, it's what they represent. These dishes were created by people with very little, yet they made something meaningful and lasting. Recipes weren't written. They were passed down through memory, through hands, and through generations, keeping culture alive. But many of these original recipes have been lost or changed over time. As soul food became more popular, its deeper history was often overlooked. The focus shifted to flavor, while the stories behind the food slowly faded. Today, historians and chefs are working to rediscover and preserve these recipes, using oral traditions and history to bring them back. Because preserving them isn't just about food, it's about honoring the people behind them and the legacy they left behind. So next time you eat soul food, remember, behind every bite is a story of survival, creativity, and strength. These dishes weren't just made to feed the body, they were made to keep culture alive and pass something meaningful forward. Rare soul food recipes from the 1800s remind us that even in the hardest times, people found ways to create, adapt, and preserve their identity through food, and that legacy still lives on today. If this opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe, and share this video, because stories like this deserve to be remembered and shared. And tell me in the comments, which dish surprised you the most, and would you try any of them today? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.